last regular season press conference. So we were able to actually have a real practice yesterday for the first time in 2 weeks, where we could really work at being better as a Michigan basketball team. While we did a lot of things that Indiana also does, there was some crossover of what we have to do better, or continue to do well. And so it was good practice, and we had weights, we had film, everything. Now we got to shorten this up today. The whole idea is keep people fresh as we go down this road, because we're going to have to really play well. Indiana is probably, they're like Purdue as far as their quickness. And they can get 2 feet in the paint like crazy, and that's hard to stop given today's rules. So we got to make sure we keep them out of there. And of course, Yogi Ferrell was terrific in the last game, because he is a really good player. So Will Sheehy's playing very well right now as well, and all their young guys have now 30 games under their belt. So I don't know Vonleh's status right now, but if he's able to play, he's a tremendous basketball player as well. But either way, we got to come to play and play well.
What's Jordan's status for the game?
The good news that he practiced yesterday, and he got a little slow, but I think that he's been in therapy the last couple of days. But he fell on his back, got a pretty good bruise on his back. But he's a warrior. Nothing stopping him from being ready to play in his last game.
Were you trying to control minutes given the situation?
No, unless he's complaining of pain, but not, pain would be the only thing that would keep him out of there, or that we see he's not moving well. We could see early, as soon as he went back in, that he wasn't moving very well, so that's when we pulled him out and let John play.
John, you talked about staying focused and not letting down your guard, or feeling like this game was as valuable as any other one. Does having Indiana as that opponent, with what happened last season, what happened earlier this season at their plays, does that play a big part in the guys staying focused too, because they have that history?
Yeah, I believe that last year we were still playing for a championship in the last game, so this is new territory a little bit to already have clinched a regular season championship and have a pretty good odds of getting in the NCAA tournament, and now you're playing. At the same time, our people, we have Indiana, don't forget we have Indiana players on our team. They beat us here last year on senior night, and they got us pretty good. I mean, I think they led from wire to wire at their place this year. So I think there's a strong sense of urgency for our guys right now that this is the way they'd like to finish the season, by beating a very good Indiana team.
Andy?
Since that 3-3 stretch, you guys have played pretty well. What do you think these last couple of weeks has done to kind of get you guys in the right place heading into the postseason?
Well, first of all, I think 3-3 in this league is not so bad. If you were 0-6, then that would be cause for concern. Where did you play? Who were you playing? I think one of those losses to the RPI number 4, Wisconsin. But the schedule changed a little bit as well because of that. But we had some good fortune at Purdue, and then we've really played well in other games and shot the ball particularly well. But our defense slowly has gotten better, and it's not like, wow, this is a defensive shutdown team. But we have gotten a little bit better, and just a couple of games could lead to transition baskets.
Joe?
Coach, last game, Noah Vonleh sort of enabled them to play kind of a unique defense on the pick and roll. Does your preparation differ considering whether he'll be active or whether he'll be inactive?
No, because you know what? He's got the athleticism for them to play small and do some of the things they do. Let him guard perimeter guards. So now the way they're playing right now, they're playing very small. Not small. By that I mean a whole bunch of 6'5" to 6'6" guys, all playing at one time around Yogi. So that allows them to do the same things. Vonleh is one of the few big kids in this league that can go out on the perimeter and hold his own. I mean, he's an anomaly that way. But now that he's not playing, Hollowell will do some of that. They'll still have that capacity to play us differently. Just switch a ton of screens.
You mentioned having a first full practice in 2 weeks yesterday. What are, if you had to pick one or two kind of big things, what's the things that you think maybe holding you back, or anything from taking a next step?
I wouldn't want to give up our weaknesses too much, but let's just say we haven't practiced boxing out. You just, the banging of the bodies and box out drills is a little bit different. You don't want to be doing that too much in the middle of the season. We hadn't practiced transition defense enough, because that's I'll make them go back and forth for 2 or 3 straight minutes without stopping. Those are things. So just different things that we could get. Hey, there's not a game tomorrow. We don't want to tire them out. And then timing in our offenses, timing in our defense. We try to work with some of those things.
Can you kind of go through your game plan from Saturday through heading to Indianapolis?
Yeah, we'd like to win this game tomorrow at 6 o'clock. I think Sunday is going to be we're going to practice it lightly, but we're going to have a heavy lift day. We haven't been able to lift the way we like to lift. So given the fact we won't play till Friday at noon, we wanted to rest, but we wanted to build the body up. So Sunday will be a heavy lift day, but an off day of the kids' legs a little bit, and then Monday will be a regular practice, and Tuesday will be our off day, so we can get into a normal 2-day prep on Wednesday and Thursday.
Rod?
I believe we'll travel on Thursday, because we don't know who we're going to play, and practice somewhere in between here and the game, because we won't know we're going to play till 2:30 on Thursday. So we'd like to practice after that point, even if it's just an hour, to go over who we're playing.
With the level of respect that the guys have for Jordan, is there a sense of win this for him, or to lift him up a little bit more?
I think that having the senior day, is always a special time. But the only thing that ruins the senior day is a loss. And I think that everybody wants this to be special for him, but it's also special for the team. You envision beating an Indiana team who already has beaten us this year and beat us last year, in front of a sellout crowd, with a Big Ten championship regular season under your belt. That could be pretty special, and I think we're playing for that. If we can get all those 3 things, we already got 2 of those things done. We'd like to beat Indiana. That's the key part.
Jennifer?
Well, Rod just took my question, and I like that answer very much, but I just want to maybe get you to talk about a little bit, with the warmer temperatures, and it's March, and there's one left, and it's, getting to be one and done time. What's the excitement level for you, and given what you guys accomplished last year, and just kind of where this team is right now?
It's a good question. I think that we have, even myself, we have a little bounce in our step right now, which is always good, that we accomplished one big goal. And now, let's not look back. Let's go after more. We have just a really, really fine young men, and now they've accomplished one goal. And I look at them, and like you said, they were pretty certain that they did not want to celebrate the other night too much. They wanted to celebrate by winning this game Saturday and looking at more highlights in their season.
How much do you think last year, the disappointment, obviously a great season, but disappointment not being able to finish it all the way off, do you think that's kind of heightened their sense of urgency a little earlier this year down the stretch to kind of amp it up a little bit as you head into the postseason?
Now you have so few guys that were really significant parts of that. You're missing half the top 6 off that team, and the 5 guys behind that. Now, I just think this had nothing to do with last year. This was, we're playing at Illinois. We're going to beat Illinois. We're not going to wait to see what Wisconsin and Michigan State does. We're not going to wait till the Indiana game. We're just going to beat Illinois, because if we do, we have a regular season championship.
Take one final one from Andy.
You always talk about getting to the point where your team doesn't know what it's like to not play in the tournament. Jordan, the last one that is in that situation, when he graduates, what does that say about the level of his program? Everybody in it has always experienced the tournament.
I hadn't thought about that. I had not thought about that. So, yeah, that's where you want it. That's where the really good programs are. You go to Syracuse and you see all these flags up, and every now and then, like every 20 years, you'll see an NIT banner, but you'll see all these NCAA banners. And obviously, they're great programs, and that's where we want Michigan to be, in one of those programs that knows only about the NCAA tournament. And that's what we came here really to do, because the national championship, as you know, could come down to a 40-footer by Trey Burke that you get to the Final Four. And so you can't always count on that, but you'd be in position to be in position by making that tournament. So we think if you compete for a Big Ten championship, which is the goal, that if you're competing still in February, late February, March, you're probably in the NCAA tournament, and everything takes care of itself.